What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Minecraft mod showcase, and today I am showcasing the mariculture mod. This mod adds in fishing, it adds in magic, it adds in machinery. It is the coolest thing ever, and if we can hit 2,000 likes, this is something we're definitely going to be adding to Jurassic Park Let's Play. So if you want to see this in that, it's perfect. You will see it's perfect for this. Then make sure you hit that like button and show your support. So first off, just going to crack on with the mod and the initial core start of the mod, and this is the industrial smelter and the industrial freezer. Pretty much it's going to double all your ores, sort of in the same way it used to in Tekkit, that machine. I can't remember the name of it, but it does that in a similar way. It's a much cooler way, much simpler, no pipes going everywhere, it doesn't look messy. It was messy with the pipes, so this just has two blocks which are really cool. Industrial smelter crafted like this, and industrial freezer crafted like this. Now these are cooling components and heating components in construction blocks, brick and iron. There's a fire. Now if you want to craft these, there are so many recipes that I can't go over it. It would just take me years. There is a beautiful wiki on the forum which is in the description if you want to see the recipes, so do that. Or you can install not enough items, which is really easy to do. There's so many tutorials, just do that. That's what I've done. Makes your life a lot easier. So first off, you're going to put the industrial smelter. There's two blocks, as you can see. There's one at the bottom, one on top, and you're going to put that in surrounded by lava, the bottom layer, and that will increase the rate at which the temperature increases. Now you're going to put some coal in. About half a stack will get it up to 2,000 degrees, and that is if you're using the ultimate heating upgrades, which increases the speed at which it heats up, and each ore has a different melting point as it would in real life. So copper has quite a high melting point of 1085, and it's 50% chance for stone, which you'll get stone back once you smelt it. So if I put some copper in here, you'll see it shoots across, and the molten copper, I've already got tons in there, is going to increase. I'm going to put some bottles, glass bottles in here, and it'll give you bottles of molten copper, and that's really quick, and you'll get 2 bottles for every single ore. So that's going to be very efficient. And then you put it in the cooler, which is surrounded in ice, with some ultimate cooling upgrades, and you put that in the bottom of the 2, and it will put that into the cylinder here and give you the glass bottles back, so you can go and take those back, put them back in here, fill that up again, whilst you wait for the copper ingots. So that's going to take a little while, about the same speed as your normal furnace, but it's very, very worth it, and they're not too expensive to craft. You just have to get used to the recipes. There's 3 new ores and 1 new block in this. Well, there's a couple other new blocks, but this is one of the main new blocks for recipes. You've got rhyolite ore, bauxite ore, copper ore, and limestone. Now these are all used in various recipes. I'm not going to go over all the recipes, as I said, because it would take too long. Now this is something, if you know Buildcraft and you like that sort of technical stuff, this would be perfect for you, because it is a is an air pump. And you right click on it and it spins, and it'll pretty much suck the air out of any sort of area, and if you are in close enough proximity, you will be able to dive underwater and breathe when the air pump is on and near. It may require an engine though in Buildcraft, I'm not sure, and it's crafted like this with pistons, wood, iron ingots, iron wheels, which is just crafted with iron ingots. So it's quite easy to make, and it looks pretty swanky. So there's that, and now we're on to the diving module, which you have the normal diving set, which is like this, and it's crafted with leather or copper and glass. So it's quite easy to make. It's pretty cheap, but it's not that good. It sort of increases visibility and your ability to breathe underwater, but not a lot, unlike the scuba gear, which you get a scuba tank, flippers, wetsuit, and a scuba mask. So if I put these on, get those on me, and you look pretty cool with it on. So we'll go diving. Let's go diving. Let's get out of this mode. And once you're in game mode 0, if I get in game mode 0, you will notice you walk very slowly. You can't run or anything with the flippers on, because obviously flippers in real life, you can't run with them. You stay on top of the water and you go really fast, unless you shift, and you still go pretty fast. But one of the best features, if you ask me, is the ability to break blocks at the same speed you would on the surface, which is really cool, because it's so frustrating before where you couldn't, and you just spend so long underwater. You'll notice also, this one I can't break because I believe that might be sandstone. That's just sand. The hell? That can't be. Was that just glitching out? That looked like it was just glitching out to me. But you also notice the bubbles are not going down because my scuba tank is completely full. Well, it's starting to go down a little bit, but it is for the most part full. To fill that up though, you're going to need to get yourself one of these, which is an air compressor. And you make it by getting 2 air compressor bases and 2 air compressor top. You don't actually put that in a crafting table, you just place the blocks down. And then you use a titanium battery, which is crafted like this, titanium ingots, and you use it on this little knob here on the end, and it'll turn red. Now, once it's full, it will turn green, but this thing will spin as it charges up, and this bar will go from red to green. And once it's full, that is 2 tanks worth of oxygen right there. So you'll see my scuba tank has taken some damage because I've used it. So if I right click, it's completely full again, and it's used a little bit on the end here, and this will spin because I've still got battery in the end. So if I just dump all this, get rid of all this so it doesn't slow me down, put it all back in here, get away from me. So next we have the automatic dictionary converter. Now if you're using Techit or any mod pack, you'll notice it's like 3 copper ores, there's 3 tin ores, there's all kinds of just things mixed into one, which is quite frustrating at times because you're not sure which one you're going to need. Now for this mod, if you know you're going to need copper, but you only have copper from a different mod, you can take the copper from, or the bauxite, or whatever it is from that mod, put it in here, and if it has the same name, it'll transfer through either to over here, or if you put a chest there, into here. So the bauxite is now going to start stacking up in here, in the one that you can use actually in this mariculture mod. Fire! Get away fire. Now next we have this, which is a mechanized sponge. Now this works in a similar way to the original sponge that was in Minecraft, where it just absorbs all the water, but this one takes a little bit more thinking. So you're going to need to put some sponges here around the sides of the mechanized sponge and some down the middle, just to make sure you're covering enough area with sponge that you are going to sap up all the water. And then you just get yourself one of these redstone torches, right click on the ground next to it, and GG water. It's pretty much just completely gone. And yeah, that's a really easy way to get rid of some water. You could obviously, for an area that small, you could just fill it in, but for bigger areas it's going to be very, very effective if you have enough sponge. Now to craft that, you are going to need a block of titanium, iron construction block, 2 sponges, aquatic droplets, and a diamond. So it's reasonably expensive, but worth it because you can reuse it more than once. Now, this is one of my favorite features. It is custom blocks, and you can pretty much make a block using these blueprints. So you can make a fence, you can make walls, you can make gates out of pretty much anything. So I'm going to get this one out, and these here, and the paintbrush. Let me show you how it works. Now to make it, the sawmill, you just need copper ingots, a wooden construction block, some wood, an axe, and to make a wooden construction block is very simple. So right, next we're just going to put inside here the plan here, and then get whatever it is you want it to look like in here. You can use multiple blocks, so you don't have to just use all the same one. You could put some feathers in there if you wanted to. You could put this in there, the mechanized sponge, and it will give you that on the side. So imagine this as when you open up a cube, you are opening it into the 6 sides, and that is going to be the side. So either that's the bottom, or that's the bottom, that could be the top, or that could be the top. It just depends the way they do it, I'm not sure. So here we go, 6 cyan wool custom fences. How bloody awesome is that? Now you're going to craft yourself a paintbrush next, which is used as a sawmill, a block of aluminium, 3 wool, and you want to shift and right click on any block that you want the next thing to look like, and then just right click on the fence or whatever it is you want to paint with this on the sides, and it will actually turn it into a diamond fence, which is the coolest thing ever. So I've used 6 pieces of wool to make 6 pieces of fence. I've only used 4. I've used one diamond block, and I've made a diamond fence, and it's not cost me a single diamond. I can go pick that up, so you can pretty much decorate whatever you want at no cost. Pretty much, you can make it out of dirt and then paint it diamond. Who cares? That's just the coolest feature ever. Now, there's also another really cool feature, is if you make it out of feathers. So I'm going to put this block in here actually. Just make a normal block instead of a fence. Let's get some more feathers back out. and you will be able to make a two-way mirror, which is going to be perfect for Jurassic Park when I'm going to be pranking Cody or anyone else, spoiler, that might be coming onto the series in the future. So let's get these blocks out of here. Come on. Come on. Here we go. 6 feather blocks. So just going to place these down. 1, 2, 3. And then use the paintbrush to make the one side of the wall visible. So Cody walks in. Oh, it's just a wall. And then I'm on the other side watching. It's the creepiest shit ever. It's sort of Jigsaw Saw. If you've ever seen Saw, it's like that. But it's going to be really cool for some pranks where I'm going to be able to set up traps in the room or something and watch it so you guys can see as it plays out, which will be really cool. Let's get rid of these and move on to the next thing, which is the FLUDD. Now this is from a game. I can't remember which game it's from exactly, but apparently it's from a great game. Now you put it on. If I get an F5, you'll be able to see as the mode changes. Now, the command for this, the command key is V, but you need to change the settings. You change the settings by pressing Shift, V, and Y. And so now it's set to rocket mode. So if I press V or hold down V, it shoots me up. You can't use it like more than once. You keep infinitely going up, but it does shoot you up. So it's pretty easy to die. But it's pretty cool, and as you can see, the shape of it's changed. Now if I Shift V Y, changes again to Turbo Mode, which disabled Spider-Man. I think that's something I did earlier, so just ignore that. And Turbo Mode is pretty much just makes you run really quickly, like this, which is really cool. And next mode is Squid Mode, and that sort of destroys blocks in the distance. See if I can do it. There you go, saw some dirt pop up there. So yeah, that's quite cool for destroying blocks in the distance if you're going to troll somebody. Next one, the final one, is the Harbour Mode. You shift, you don't shift, you V and space, and you should hover. Or you can just hold down V and you'll slowly come down, but it will be a lot slower than if you were just using the rocket mode. And that is probably the coolest looking one, if you ask me, with the bits on the side, the shoulder bits. I like that. Right, so next, let's get rid of this because it's quite noisy, and go down into the fishing area. Now fishing is probably one of the coolest aspects of this mod, and to do this you need a fishing rod. There's 3 types of rods. You've got the reed rod, the wooden rod, and the titanium rod. And the titanium is obviously the best, but you use different baits to catch different fish. So it's not necessary. It's the fastest, but you're not necessarily going to catch a fish you want with that rod. So titanium is bait worm, bread, and minnow. So if I get myself some, the minnows are not actually in there, so I need to get the minnows out. So I actually used them before when I was having too much fun. Where are they? There's the raw minnows. Put those in with the bait. So then you're going to need yourself a sifter to get the bait. Now this is what a sifter looks like, and you just, these are the items you can sift through and get bait. So you're just going to drop them in like this, and I just got 17 ants, which is pretty nice. Beef, chicken, and dirt. Maybe some feathers too. That doesn't work. So yeah, as you can see, I got 9 grasshoppers, 2 worms, 2 ants, and 36 maggot baits. So you're going to need to put the bait actually next to the rod for it to work in your inventory, and then just cast out. And this should be really quick. Really, he says. There we go. There's just an ordinary fish. Typical. Typically catch just your ordinary fish. A bit of leather, as you do. As you'd expect from the ocean. There's so many cows out there, I don't even know what that one was. We shall see in a second. To catch some more. There's another one. Don't know what that was. There's not many fish coming up here. It's just items. That was something that didn't actually come to me. That was definitely a fish. I'm pretty certain that was the same fish. That was definitely the same fish. Come on, give me a good fish. I want a good fish. That was a stick. So I got a bowl, an orange pearl. So I actually caught a pearl. That's quite cool. And 2 raw damselfish. Damselfish. They are damsels in distress. Now you can also get yourself an automatic fisher, which requires a Buildcraft engine. I don't have a Buildcraft engine, but this is going to be really cool if you are using one of those technical packs and it does it for you. Although it sort of takes the fun out of the fishing if you ask me, but there you go. So next you're going to want to craft yourself one of these, which is like a fish tank, and in the center is a fish feeder. And what you do is you put like 3x2 and then 3x2, but you don't put the corner bits, so it's sort of 4x2 square, if you know what I mean, without the corner bits, and fill it with water and put the feeder in, and then you'll be able to right click on the feeder. And now in here I've got 2 tunas, but there's no bait for them to eat, and as you notice, the one is female and the other is male. They have low fertility, so the chances of me getting an egg from these chaps is low, but they do actually work in this biome, so that's why I'm using them. They're going to, same way you use the sifter, just drop the bait on the top and it'll fish it, fill it up. Only uses 16, so I can get the ants back. And you'll see that this thing shoots up the side and you have a chance of getting an egg from these guys, which you can then put in the incubator. And to craft the incubator base is like this, and the top is like this. If you want to pause to see it or just go to the wiki is brilliant, so take my word for it, the wiki is really good. Now put the egg on the left, this will bubble up and it will give you the fish on the right, which is really cool. You can actually make your own fish. What is this? Underwater. I forgot I put a sign there. Let's get a night vision potion so that we can actually see under the water. Under the sea. So here we have some coral rock, and on top of this is all the corals. Now these are pretty much useful if you're going to need a dye. Hey, get up. New. Always rains. Even under the water you can hear it. That sounds pretty cool though. It's kind of cozy. So yeah, pretty much just use these to craft dyes. There's so many different colors, and it's just easier. So you just go in the ocean, find these guys, and you craft yourself some dyes. There's also kelp, which you can use to feed these oysters. And as you can see, there's different colored pearls in these oysters. Now to make a pearl, you can either find one naturally, or you can get an oyster and put a piece of sand in there and just be patient, and it will make a pearl. So for these ones, I'm going to pop all the pearls out just by right clicking, like so. I got a gold, red, green and blue. That's quite a nice array. I've also got an orange, which I caught earlier. Some pretty colourful pearls right there. So next up here, you can see some of the ores spawning in the water there. Next I'm going to show you the jewellery. The jewellery is actually really cool. I'm going to get some milk first because I don't like these hibbity sparkly woodsamadoodles. And the jewellery you can enchant and wear, and it gives you different effects. There's all kinds of different like enchants for this jewellery that you've never seen before. So I'll get myself a silver pearl ring, which is crafted not like this. Where's the silver pearl? Where's the silver purple? Is that silver? There's the silver pearl ring. Iron and silver pearl. You can also make a gold version, which is a little bit more expensive. And there's also these mirrors which you use to enchant and then store your items so that you can keep the enchants in there. So there's the mirror, which goes up to I think level 5, and then the magic mirror, which goes up to 30, and celestial mirror, which is 60. I've only got 30 levels at the moment, so I'm going to use this one. And let's get out of game mode. Game mode 0. And I've already got one in there, which is the Spider-Man, which you saw earlier. And put this in here. Enchant it with 30 levels, and it gives you full resistance 4, which is pretty cool. And then just put that on there, and you can put your best ring, best necklace, and I'm not even sure what that is. That's a ring. That's a necklace. What is that? What the hell? Let's see. Let's see what it is. It's a bracelet. Oh, okay. It doesn't really look like a bracelet, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this mod. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, because we will be adding it, if you do enjoy it, to our Jurassic Craft series. And yeah, if you want to check it out, the wiki and everything is in the description. And thanks for watching.